One of the things I want to talk to you about and let you know is a little bit of a warning. And the first time I met Dr. Len, it was in Texas, the first Zero Limits. Joe had asked me to come down there, be a part of it, so I went down. And when I finally got introduced to it, and it was amazing. And then when Dr. Len came in and he started to get introduced to who I was, and he goes, "Oh, you're Ryan." And he comes over to me, and I'm sitting down, and he was standing up to come to say hello. And he goes, "Just remember, you started all this. You know that, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I take responsibility." He's okay. I'm just making sure. And then he smiled, and I stood up and gave me a big hug. One of the things he started talking about after that, he says, "Beware that when you start doing this, the shit's going to hit the fan." And so everybody's like, "Oh, okay, what's this mean? The shit's going to hit the fan." And literally between myself and my family and Joe, there was all kinds of wild, weird, crazy things that started happening once we did this. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a warning on that, a little preface, set you up for it to say, stick with it, keep cleaning, keep going through the cleaning. The way I look at it is that first of all, we talked a little bit about the Carlos Castaneda stuff and the Predator. If you have something that is sitting in there and it's comfortable in the living room, when you start to move that out or move that around, it's not going to like that. So whatever it is, whether it's your ego, whether it's a predator, whatever it's your reptilian mind, your brain, things are going to start happening. And it also seems like sometimes things outside of ourselves begin to happen or come in there. The way I reframe it, the way I put it into the mind is to say, okay, this is going to happen. Why is it happening? I look at it to the point and say, those things, those parts of myself are identifying myself, including the parts outside that come in, the people, places, and things that may cause upset in me. The data in them causes upset in my data, and it gives me a chance to clean. So the shit hitting the fan, so to speak, the upsets, everything seeming to come in at one time, I look at it and say is a bunch of little parts of me that are going, hooray, we get to be clean. These lines, these lines, yay, we get to be clean, and they're all piling on. You know, you see the old football games where, you know, somebody got a tackle in and everybody wanted to be part of the tackle. So next thing you know, they piled it on. Now the football, they don't allow it. It's actually a penalty. But in the old days, they just keep jumping on top of each other. There'd be a whole pile of down. The bottom would get crushed. Sometimes it feels like it's a crushing feeling with everything hitting you. When you look at it and say, though, this and these are parts of myself, that when something is leaving, something else is in a hurry to come in. What is that? That's divinity. There's a part of me, the inner child, is excited about these changes and sometimes wants to pile a whole bunch on to get through cleaning. So it may be one or it may be a file of different things. Keep cleaning. Realize it. Look and say, this is an excited part of me I don't necessarily like what's coming in. Stay away from the meaning of it, what it means, what it is. It is what it is. They are what they are. Stay with it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Clean, clean, clean on it. Keep going and watch, because a lot of that stuff that from one angle, somebody say, that's too much shit. I don't want anything to do with it. And I actually have paused sometimes and said, I'm going to stop doing this just for a little bit to catch my breath, and then gone back to it. Think about it as a sense is that the quicker you get past that, the quicker calm, peace, love, joy begin to come into your life. Just keep cleaning.